Hello and welcome to Krackpots We Met Downstairs, brought to you by Krackpots Comedy Club in Massillon, Ohio, with special thanks to Funny Noise Bookings in Massillon, Ohio, and shout out to Dindamo's Unique Chocolates, which can be found at Krackpots Comedy Club in Massillon, Ohio. I am your host, Rebecca Mercoulin, and today I am with Jared Stern from DC.
That was an impressive bit of plugging that you did right there.
Thank you.
You are a professional, and you're getting all your plugs in. Thank you so much for having me in this upstairs basement. Like seriously, this looks like a kill room that you'd find on some mystery, like Dateline, NBC. We found the comedian in this room, and he had his entrails splayed all over the floor. This is a very creepy room that you're podcasting in.
It's getting renovated right now. We had other guests on a previous episode describe it as like, oh, it's like we're in Beirut.
Yeah, this is Spartan, to say the least. But in the minds of your listeners, we could be anywhere. This is theater of the mind, but for us, God, the reality is grim. Holy crap. It is bitter cold, and there's just brick wall and wood paneling and a light that doesn't work. And yeah, happy to be here.
Well, I usually ask people like, hey, how you doing? Describe the vibe, but you already pretty much
the
described
vibe
it,
is just like, man, it's grim. I'll say the vibe is grim.
What a great start
of the room in general. You are ebullient. You are wonderful. I'm very happy to be here. I'm happy to be at Krackpots. I had a chance to meet Chris at the North Carolina Comedy Festival when I was down there in September, and I was really excited to get a chance to check this place out. I'm on my way to Bloomington, Indiana to play the Comedy Attic. I'm going to be opening for Emo Phillips, and I'm really excited about that, and I was really happy to kind of use Krackpots as the midpoint to break up an 11-hour drive. So yeah, again, could not be happier to be here, but just this is one of the more dilapidated podcasting studios I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, well, this is an old radio station, so it hasn't been used in a while. We're kind of trying to revive it, bring it back to life.
Have you confirmed that it's haunted? Because it certainly should be.
Some people, we have a couple of people who like swear that it's haunted. To my knowledge, we haven't had any like supernatural people, like ghost hunters or whatever in here. To my knowledge, that hasn't happened yet, but there are a couple of people who are like, yeah, there's some strange things have happened up here. Like, It has to be haunted. I haven't had any, not yet anyway. I don't know.
If any of these walls start bleeding, I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, please. Yeah, report back. Well, it's interesting because I haven't really, people talk about like, oh, things are haunted, this is haunted, ooh, the spooky spooks. And like, yeah, it looks pretty spooky. And I could see why people, like, it can be a little uncomfortable coming up here if you don't know where you're at.
Yeah, I mean, it's just mostly because it's, the dead of winter. Well, not the dead of winter, but
no, it's getting colder.
It's getting cold, and there is no heat where we're at. So yeah, no, it's cool. So what is the focus of this podcast? It was just told to me that you had a podcast downstairs 5 minutes ago, and then Chris was like, "Hey, do you want to do it?" I'm like, "Sure, I'm here. Let's go upstairs to this haunted place that we have." This haunted radio station.
Yeah, so the point of this podcast is just kind of like meet other comedians, talk to them, do the interviews and all that stuff.
Sure.
But kind of do it a little bit differently because a lot of the interviews that like ask the same questions like over and over again.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of like boring. Nobody wants to answer the same questions like 500 times.
If you're asking the same questions to different people and they are comedians, one would hope they would be able to answer those questions in an interesting fashion.
Yeah, that's true.
But I get it.
Yeah.
So hit me with your first question.
Yeah, the question, I'm going to see if I can ask you something that you've never been asked before.
Okay.
So, setting the scene. You're stranded in the wilderness.
Oh my goodness, okay.
You're stranded in the wilderness. You're walking, you're trying to find a way.
I'm actually going to be able to pull inspiration from
where we're sitting right now. From the room, yes. Yeah. You're walking, you're wandering, and you come across a herd of dinosaurs. Like
Wow.
actual living dinosaurs. What do you do? Okay, you have 3 options. What do you do? 1, you try to capture one of them, like a baby or something, or like an egg or something,
Okay.
to bring back to civilization for science. 2, you forgo everything about civilization, F the world, F society. I'm gonna become one with the giant lizards. 3, you ignore it and just go on your way because you haven't eaten in 3 days and you're probably just hallucinating anyway.
Man, this is what's called bringing in a cathedral. Do you do improv comedy at all?
I dabbled a little bit, yeah.
When you're building a scene, you bring a brick in, and then if you you're in the wilderness and you're meeting dinosaurs, that's bringing in a cathedral. Okay, so let's break this down. First of all, is a group of dinosaurs a herd? What would be the collective noun for a group of dinosaurs?
Herd, colony, pod. Use
Sure.
whatever word you want to use.
Okay.
I'm not a paleontologist. I don't know.
Oh wow, man, a park of dinosaurs.
Park, sure, yeah.
Why not? I don't know that I would try to bring one back to civilization, mostly because I'm not sure how far away I am from civilization, given that I'm out in the wilderness to begin with. If I hadn't eaten, I don't know that I'd want to be around the dinosaurs because they would probably be better at eating or finding and getting to food than I would be, so that would not be competition I would want. I would, because I am who I am and do not like direct confrontation, especially with things that would, if they had their druthers, would probably eat me first. I would probably just slink away.
Okay. So go off on your way. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's not trouble, you know?
Yeah, don't
let's
cause
not,
problems.
Let's not get
Yeah.
between a dinosaur and their young.
Yeah.
Generally, that's bad form in nature, especially with things that aren't supposed to exist.
Right, yeah. I get that. Did I stump you? Did anybody ever ask you that before?
That's a first.
Yes! I did it.
That is the first time I've been asked that question.
Heck yeah.
With those 3 specific responses.
Yeah.
As an option.
Has anyone given you any other responses?
I don't...
Or is that just a scenario that you've never...
That's the first time I've been given that hypothetical. So congratulations.
Yes!
I can now cross that one off the list.
I did it. Heck yeah. I did it. I completed my goal. So tell me a little bit more. You said you're from DC. What got you into comedy? What's the scene like in DC? And maybe a little bit more about like traveling around.
The scene is fertile. I've been doing this for a long time. When people ask me how long, I say long enough that I can't quit. I got started in 2002, so I've been around a bit. And back then, back in the early 2000s, there was jack and squat going on in the DC community. I had to, go and search 45 minutes in either direction in either Virginia or Baltimore, which is, not in DC proper, to find mics. But right now, it's amazing because there are a lot of talented, enterprising comedians who were sick of not being able to find stage time, so they started their own rooms. And now those rooms have all been built up, and now there is an audience that is hungry for live entertainment. I'm not sure what it's like here in, how do you say it, Massillon?
Massillon.
Massillon. I'm not sure what it's like here in Massillon. I know the open mic here is supposed to be packed when you guys have it, so that means people are hungry for live entertainment, and people in DC want to be entertained, and so you can get on like 3 times on a Wednesday night if you really want to, but I don't get out on the open mic scene as much anymore, mostly because I'm old and I'm married, and going out on a weeknight to do 5 minutes at a bar is not the energy that I'm looking to spend at this point. But yeah, I got started in comedy after I got fired from a job that I thought was going to be my career. I was working in radio. I was on the morning team at a radio station called DC 101 in DC, and I got let go from there. And about a month after that, a buddy of mine was like, hey, listen, I know you've always wanted to try this. I'm going up to an open mic up in Baltimore. Why don't you come with me? And that was 23 years ago. So things went well enough that it wasn't emotionally damaging the first time I did it, and so I kept going.
Yeah. That's always a good sign when you're not emotionally
when it's not
damaged.
Emotionally scarring,
Yeah.
you tend to come back.
Yeah. What kind of emotions were you feeling the first go around?
Oh, I mean, yeah, super nervous because I've been around comedy a lot. I grew up listening to guys like George Carlin and Emo Phillips, who I'll be working with in Indiana, which is like 12-year-old me is super stoked. And Stephen Wright and all these guys. And I grew up listening to my dad's old comedy records. And so I was very familiar with the art form. And I'd always wanted to give it a shot, but I never really had the opportunity. There was never a place where I could go outside of like a talent show at my synagogue or something like that. And even I wasn't writing original material for that. I was memorizing old Bill Cosby routines for that. But yet, when it finally came time to go to the open mic and do it, it was just, I'm sure I was talking a million miles a minute. I always talk too fast when I'm nervous, and so whatever jokes got out that were intelligible,
yeah.
got a decent reaction. So this is at a place called Winchester's. It's one of these hole-in-the-wall clubs. Doesn't even exist anymore. But it was like the Cheers of comedy. You had like a set group of regular comics who were there every week, and this was my first time in that fold. When I walked in, there was one of the comics was at the door, and he's like, "Hey, welcome to our church." So it was pretty cool, yeah. So yeah, and everyone was super welcoming, and we're all just a parade of misfit toys. And you kept going back and back and back, and eventually you're now part of that group, and that's just what it became. And most of those guys who I started with then, a lot of them are still doing it today.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's awesome. I'm glad that you had that. Sounds like you found a really good support system, really good supportive group. That's
they were all a super supportive bunch. Not like cutthroat or competitive. I think everyone knew where they were and what was in front of them, and I don't think any of them were. No one was trying to take anyone's time or anything like that. Yeah, it was a great group. I was really lucky to meet those comics, and I'm still good friends with most of them today. And yeah, all of that lends itself to the really awesome scene that is in the greater DC area. The talent pool is deep. There's a lot of really great people who are on stage in and around DC that are just waiting for a larger audience.
That's awesome. Have you ever encountered anybody who was not super supportive? No one was taken for stage. Have you ever met anybody who was a little more cutthroat?
There are plenty of dicks.
How did you deal with that?
I've always learned, a buddy of mine put it to me like this, that I know how to walk without leaving footprints. So if shady behavior is observed, I make a note of it, I make it a point not to involve myself with that person again, and I move on. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to make too many waves. I'm not trying to rock the boat. I'm here to help row.
Right.
So
okay.
I just make it a point not to involve myself with those people if I can help it.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
What if you can't help it?
If I can't help it, then I just grit my teeth and bear it, especially if they're people that are people who run clubs.
Oh, no!
Yeah, I mean, it happens. You
Yeah.
you meet bookers who are dicks, and that's just comedy. You meet people who are of all types and of various levels of delusion. Which I think we all have to suffer from some levels of some kind of delusion to do what we do. But some of them kind of live the delusion more than us when we're just kind of putting things on to make ha-has on stage.
Yeah, I get that. Okay. You say you travel a lot. What is the strangest thing that you've seen on the road?
Wow.
How high has the delusion been while you're traveling?
Well, let's see. I mean, so since the pandemic, I've been a lot more careful about the gigs that I take and how far away I'm going to go from my home base. This is a long schlep, but I'm doing it because I get to work with emo. I wouldn't be driving 10 plus hours if I didn't get a chance to do that. Man, the strangest thing I've seen on the road. I don't know. Strangest thing I've seen on the road. I wish I had some amazingly strange thing. Right now, this room that we're in is among the strangest things that I've encountered on the road. Hey, we're doing this podcast. I swear it's legit. Come up to the attic. Come up to the we swear it's not haunted attic. And the only thing that's making me think that this podcast is legit is I'm actually seeing a waveform on this computer right now.
Yes, I am recording.
We are recording.
We are recording with Adobe Audition. I will be mixing this in Adobe Audition and then using After Effects and Premiere for the visuals.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. There's going to be visuals?
Yeah. We're going to take a selfie. Well, I haven't told you this yet.
You're going to animate all this?
No, we're going to take a selfie for the thumbnail.
Okay.
Not up here. It's too dark up here. Downstairs.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to add a waveform file. So basically, all the waves that you're seeing it's going to move as I'm talking. It's going to move. And as you're talking, it's going to move with all the audio.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, is it possible I could plug my own podcast?
Yeah, go ahead. Plug whatever you want.
Everyone's got a podcast, proven by the show that we're on right now. They're a dime a dozen. But the one that I have is kind of got a unique twist to it. So my name is Jared Stern, and my co-host is also named Jared Stern.
Oh my God.
It's called Between Two Sterns. And we've I'm not sure when this is coming out, but as we're recording, we've done over 150 episodes, coming up on 5 years doing it. And we didn't meet, it started out, I was kind of aware of this guy, this other Jared Stern, throughout my comedy career. Found out he was living in Bethesda, which is close by to DC. Pandemic happens. He ends up losing his job and like moving out to LA. And then we started this podcast because all the comedy clubs were closed at the time and we needed an outlet. And the third conversation we ever had was the first episode of the podcast. And it's been a real cool exploration of just two guys with the same name, how their lives are similar, different, whatnot. But what we found out is there's more of us. We have spoken to like 11 other guys who are also named Jared Stern. We didn't mean for it to be like that. That's not the purpose of the podcast, but we've spoken to an Australian Jared Stern, a private investigator Jared Stern, a professional dancer Jared Stern. Of all the Jared Sterns you could possibly have on your podcast right now, you drew the short straw. It has been an amazing way to find out I'm not special. So you can go to jaredstern.com and you can check that out. And you can also check out, I have an album that's available, and I wrote a book recently that I figured out that the Japanese poetry haiku, 575 syllables, and yo mama jokes both start with 5 syllables if you keep the opening insult to 1 syllable. So a buddy of mine and I wrote 100 yo mama haiku in a book called 1700 Esoteric Syllables About Yo Mama. Available now at Amazon.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be recording the audiobook soon. And I'm super proud of it. It's silly and clever and fun and a great stocking stuffer, but this is coming out after Christmas, so never mind. But just go buy it. It's fun. It's a cool book.
You can you can just get it. You can just
you don't need an excuse. You can just go get it. It's a cool coffee table book, and there's nothing else out there like it. It's completely original. So no AI was used in the writing of the book. So
nice.
All is well on that front.
What's your album called?
It's called Jared Stern Live on Broadway in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Just because the comedy club just happened to be located on a Broadway. So I thought it was funny to do that. But yeah, check that out and check out the podcast, and you can find out wherever I'll be in 2026 at jaredstern.com.
All right, awesome. Well, that just about wraps up this episode. I have to do my plugs now, but thank you so much for coming on, Jared. I'm going to shake your hand if that's good.
Absolute pleasure.
You can't see it because it's audio, but we're shaking hands. It happened. So this has been Krackpots We Met Downstairs, brought to you by Krackpots Comedy Club in Massillon, Ohio. While you're listening to this podcast, I know you guys are here, and Jared's going to perform tonight. I'm going to go up tonight for open mic night. Why don't you guys, come in for, a live show? Why are you hiding behind your computer? Come on. Come in, say hi to us. You can check out our schedule at crackpotscomedy.com. Check out the shows, see what strikes your fancy. If you arrive on a Friday or Saturday show, tell them Rebecca sent you and you'll get $5 off your check. And while you are here at Krackpots Comedy Club, you should check out Dindamo's Unique Chocolates. She's got her own little kiosk right near the front of the club. You'll find it, it's there. And you can also order Pigs in Mud, which is like a little brownie shaped like a piggy that's coated in chocolate and then it's covered in chocolate syrup. It's so good, you guys. You need to order it. It's good, I promise. I've had it. It's delicious. It's amazing. And then, you mentioned this a little bit earlier in the podcast, but we are recording in an old radio station. We got our own little, I've been calling it a cubicle in a past episode. It's not really a cubicle, it's a room. I don't know why I called it a cubicle. But
it's a kill room, yeah.
Yeah, but we have other rooms here as well. So maybe if you need to, you want to record a podcast or you need to, film something. I don't know, but we're here. You can reach out to Funny Noise Bookings at gmail.com and get more information on that. Potentially rent out a room, say film whatever, record all the things. Yeah, that's the outro. Bye.